All right, we're live, guys.
Great.
Yeah.
We did it. Tonight's guest is I got my co-host with me. Oh shit! Never mind. Come on, mute. Where am I getting? I don't even know where I'm getting feedback. Oh, there we go. All right, sorry about that. My
It's
computer
okay.
went to crap down here, trying to get that set up.
No problem.
Hey, Chad, how you doing? All right, so tonight I got my co-host with me, Mr. Flett. Mr. Flett Lives. You can check him out on YouTube. Big indie fan. I got Lydia Manson with me, and I also got Anthony Caimano. We're here to talk about The Killing Joke.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm excited about. Hello, Sabuana. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
I'm doing well. Like a long day at work, but pulled through. Got a few energy drinks ready to go. So,
you're good. I got my H2O.
There you go. Oh, H2O. H2 no for me. It doesn't have this healthy.
But I get to drink it from my Lydia cup. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, that makes sense.
Nice.
I can understand that.
I'm drinking from myself.
Nothing wrong with that. I should be drinking more water, but it seems like I'm always trying to keep caffeine to keep up with me.
You know, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm like, I gotta drink water.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same, but it's
boring.
Well, I drink the Absolute Zero Monsters. It's the beer on my days off that kills.
I mean, I totally want to drink some vodka, but
Isn't vodka good for you?
But I weigh in tomorrow because I'm totally gonna drink vodka. And then I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna get like a good buzz, and I'm like, I'm gonna want to eat all the foods.
You got to weigh in tomorrow. You got an MMA fight or something like that?
No, I do. I do my weekly check-ins on Sundays. I could fight.
I bet you could. I wouldn't mess with you. You already told me your last name. You didn't care which one it was, Manson, Marilyn, or Charles. So I'm already scared right off the bat. So, okay. Welcome, Lydia. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's the real one you got to be talking to. I'm taking all the
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna let you two, Anthony, you and Lydia, explain a little bit about what's going on with you guys and a little bit about Batman Killing Joke.
Sure. Yeah. So we're working on a Batman fan film. We'll be launching an Indiegogo campaign to raise funds through crowdfunding, and March 1st is when the campaign launches. The story is based off of The Killing Joke, which I have right here with me. It's a pretty popular story, Batman story. They made an animated version of it on Netflix, not quite the same as this, so it won't be the same as that. But yeah,
we're a little bit darker.
A little bit darker, a little bit edgier Batman film. Lydia's gonna be in the film, so that's an exclusive that we wanted to bring to the show.
So if you're not sick of me by the end of this show,
I don't.
No,
I actually saw. I saw the animated one you're talking about. So I do think I kind of read it online, the Killing Joke before. Yeah. So I do have a good understanding of it somewhat. Yeah. So you guys can explain a little bit more. That's where when my son gets here, I'm not sure about Kyle, how much Batman you do, but I am a huge Batman fan. Awesome. I'm just too lazy to read the comics and try to catch up. But Killing Joke is actually one I've followed and I really enjoyed. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, and that's what we want to bring to it, is a darker, edgier Batman film. Yeah.
So let's take a guess on who I shall play.
I'm just gonna guess Harley Quinn.
All right. What does Mr. Flett think?
Oh, Batgirl. Batgirl. The dark hair. Batgirl. I didn't know if you were gonna throw on a white wig or a blonde wig.
I actually I have cosplayed Harley Quinn.
See, I can see it. Both are fantastic. I love those characters.
I've cosplayed also Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
That's cool though. Nice. I love cosplay. It's so much fun. That's one thing I love about conventions is all the cosplayers.
Oh yeah.
People coming around. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So Anthony, are you the one who's decorating yourself up like the Joker? Are you planning on playing the Joker?
Yeah, that's me. That's me in the pictures. Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yep.
pretty cool, man. So you
Thank
plan on
you.
playing the Joker in it? You kind of got that. You got your Joker personality. You going any Joker you're leaning towards, like maybe that you're inspired by, like the Mark Hamill voice. Nope.
Nope. Doing an all original take on it. So I don't want anyone to watch this and expect me to take on the Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill or Joaquin Phoenix. You know, I don't want anyone to expect those performances out of me. It's just my own original take on the character. Definitely not Mark Hamill. You know, I'm just gonna do my best to bring what I can to the role and to just tell the best story that I can.
I think that's always cool. Like Bat and the Sons had some really good Jokers, and I love watching everybody's takes on different styles of Joker.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough Jared Leto, but you know, I'm not sure how much I love that one though either.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. He actually has a pretty strong, dedicated following that just likes his Joker. And so, if I'm being honest, that isn't my favorite version of the Joker. But I promise he does have like a strong following out there. There are a lot of Instagram groups that just are dedicated to Jared Leto's Joker, and I've heard from them over the past year or two. So
I can see people why they'd like it. I mean, I've watched all the DC films. I grew up watching Michael Keaton's Batman, and I love Jack Nicholson's portrayal as the Joker.
Sure, yeah.
Obviously, Heath Ledger, legendary. And I really liked Joaquin Phoenix's take on it. So, and those are right there. All four of them are vastly different Jokers.
Yeah. I just had this. Was just talking to Greg Gilbert on his podcast last night, and we were talking about the different versions of the Joker. And I love Jack Nicholson. Love the Tim Burton Batman movies. I grew up watching those. Even the Adam West, Cesar Romero was the Joker in that. Heath Ledger was amazing. Joaquin Phoenix was, is one of my favorite actors. He's great. They all bring something really cool to the character. I love Jared Leto as an actor. Just didn't care for that version of the Joker. But
Me either. Well, he sure did explain it all in his tattoos, what he was going for. So
yeah, exactly.
Demented, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite take on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there with depending on what you want to go. Heath Ledger is definitely legendary, but I love all of them for different reasons. Jack Nicholson, it was a great. I don't know. I saw it in the movie theater back in the day.
Did you? That's awesome.
Don't just sit there for nothing.
Yeah. I love Jack Nicholson in the first Batman film, the first Tim Burton one. It looks like we lost Lydia.
Oh, she got mad.
Yeah, she took off.
She's out of y'all.
She doesn't like the Tim Burton one. She bounced.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She wasn't happy about that. Here she is. She's back.
Oh, is she back?
She's back.
Oh, here she is. But yeah, I love the Tim Burton films growing up. Like you said, Jack Nicholson was awesome. Heath Ledger was amazing. Joaquin Phoenix brought his own thing to the role, and maybe she's back. Looks like she's having some internet issues. She'll be back soon.
Hey, Flett, you already got somebody wants you to play Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Flett. Maybe.
I could be Mr. Freeze.
There you go. Just don't do the Arnold version.
I'm not. I can't talk today. No way.
Noisy.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Are you planning to play? Are you planning to get someone as Batman?
Yeah. Right now, I don't have that part. Anyone for the role. I do have some people that are interested in it, and I've looked at a few different guys to play the role, but I haven't settled on anyone yet. I want to really. I'm pretty picky when it comes to the Batman, so it might take me a little while to find.
I imagine you got to have the right build, and the guy who can actually, pull it off.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And actually, the few guys that I have in mind are built pretty well. One guy sends me updates every day. He's like, I'm 185 pounds, I'm 187 pounds, and he's ripped. There are a couple of these guys that are actually built like, brick shit. What do they call shit brick houses? They're really built, and it's tough because they have to be. I'm looking for someone that can do some of the stunts, but can also bring the acting to the film as well. And they have to be Bruce Wayne as well as Batman. They can't just be in the costume as Batman. They have to bring Bruce Wayne and make it believable. And so I'm taking my time and just keeping my options open for now.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Do you have any questions for the two of them, Kyle? I'll let you get some words in here.
What inspired you two to make this film?
So for me, actually, it's funny. I was promoting an EP a couple years back. I make music as well, so I was promoting an EP a couple years back, and I was dressing up as different characters every week to just promote the EP. And so like one week I was Hulk Hogan, like the next week I was Jason Mewes. My brother and I were Jay and Silent Bob. We did we weren't the clerks that so we were just doing different characters each week. And then one week it was just the Joker. So I just popped up on Instagram as the Joker, and then I kind of got carried away with it. And one thing kind of led to another, and 2 years later, here I am trying to make the film out of it. And I reached out to Lydia. If you don't know, she's a very talented actress. She's been in a handful of no shrugging. She's a very talented actress. She's been in a handful of really cool films. Really, really good. But she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's being humble, but she's
the truth.
Can we at least plug a couple of your films?
Yeah, please. I want to hear about all you guys. I don't come with questions. I just kind of talk to the people, and I find that's by the best way of doing things.
I do the same thing on my podcast.
yeah, I can't write, so I'm very illiterate. So I just ask what's on the top of my head.
Sure.
I do mostly like indie horror films.
Okay.
So I was in the House of the Flesh. I filmed a horror film called The Passages of Nexus down in Dallas. I'm going to be filming a horror film at the end of this month called Reunion from Hell 2 with Lisa Wilcox, Danny Hassel, and Mark Patton from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Very cool.
Nice.
I had Beatrice Buckley on not that long ago. She's so sweet.
Awesome.
Talked to actually, who wished me a Happy New Year yesterday? Ken Sagos, Mr. Kincaid himself. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. We hung out. Here's my son, Devo. Now, this dude is a Batman master, so I know he's excited about this.
Welcome.
Awesome. How's it going?
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good.
Doing good.
It's like Bruce Timm says, put the fanfic in the first 30 minutes of the animated film. They definitely steered away from the original story in the animation. So the first half hour of that film is kind of added on to, for the sake of the animation. And I know a lot of people weren't crazy about it. Which bat suit will you use? I would love to see the blue and gray costume. It won't be blue and gray. I like the darker suits, so probably a black suit. And right now I'm looking at different cowls, and I'm looking at different mask makers that I've met that are actually able to make different armor and things like that for me. They might be able to make a custom cowl, but as of now, I'm thinking about just mixing and matching different pieces to get the suit to look the way I want it to look. Problem with that.
Are you going to have the nipples in the armor?
No nipples. No nipples. No Batman nipples. Yeah.
That's a selling point.
Not the silly one he had the other one. He's going to make a bigger nipple so you really see them.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cold while we're filming the entire time.
Where are you planning to film it anyway?
I'm sorry?
Where are you planning on filming this?
This is going to be in upstate New York, so I'm in Rochester, so it would be filmed in the surrounding area. We have a lot of cool-looking buildings here downtown that I think I can turn into my own version of Gotham. They have like a lot of gothy-looking cathedrals here and different buildings that I think would fit in well for the film. So we'll stick in the upstate New York area.
I grew up in upstate New York. Well, not grew up, my adolescence.
Where in New York?
Oh. Stop it. The computer's got a mind of its own here.
That's okay. Hey, it happens.
But I lived in Clinton. we're right by Hamilton College. I grew up. Yeah. So that's cool. You guys are doing. I used to play hockey like in Utica and Rome and all.
I live near Albany.
Albany, I used to play hockey into. I remember it fondly. Me and my dad going to hockey games, and I played for what was it? The Clinton Mites. I think that was their name at the time. I used to go to Clinton Marine College. So yeah, that's really cool that you guys are upstate New York. I had to talk about it, and I haven't been there in probably since I was 8 years old. So that's like 20 years ago. Being what am I, 30, 29? Yeah.
I was totally gonna guess like 26.
Yeah, I thought mid-20s maybe.
16, just getting carded still.
I still get carded.
Still. Do you? Yeah, so do I.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I did, but once the gray started getting down there, people like, yeah, he's getting.
I go into the liquor store and I'm like, dude, you see me all the time. Can you please stop IDing me?
So bad.
They do the same to me.
I'm like, you see the grays in my hair. Can you please stop IDing me?
We don't
like,
have to suit up butt shots. Definitely butt shots. Yeah.
Light blonde.
Light
blonde.
Is that what it's called now? Light blonde?
Is this your first film that you're doing? Like your first project?
Yeah.
I know you from the Sawyer Massacre with Steve and and everything. You're a big supporter of a lot of indie projects. That's really cool. You're finally going into your own and writing your own thing. Is this your first time like writing a script, or do you have some others that you?
This is all the first everything, first script, first direct kind of thing, first everything. So yeah, it's a pretty ambitious project, but I'm going to get some help from some talented people, and I think we're going to be able to pull it off.
I'm just kidding.
I'm looking forward to it. Now that I've had Lydia on here and her talent, I definitely got to check out your stuff. So Anthony, I'm not sure. I don't think I have Lydia on my friends on Facebook or Instagram. So if you can send that link after, I'd definitely like to get a list of some of her stuff and check out some of her movies.
You're gonna hate everything.
Well, maybe I'll have you on and I'm gonna tell you all about how much I hate.
But see, if I keep telling you how disappointing everything is right now, you're gonna go in with such low expectations that everything you see might just be like good enough.
Yeah, you might be jumping that bar. You're like, man, that bar was set low, but you crossed it.
But see, on the bright side, my profile picture is me as Harley Quinn. So.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I definitely want to check some of these things out. So when does this campaign go live? You're doing it on Indiegogo?
Yeah, we're gonna go live March 1st on Indiegogo, and we have a lot of cool perks set for it too.
We do? Can we hear about them?
We can. We have.
I'm the hype person. I know what I'm good for. I'm good for personality.
You just need some pom poms to go with it.
The black.
Oh my god! I could get like a Batgirl cheerleader uniform.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That would be very cool.
That was probably a really bad thing to say right now.
Yeah, it probably was.
Terrible.
I'm sure somebody. I'm sure some of the watchers out there might get a kick out of it.
Did not say that. I did not.
We'll delete it. It's got a delay. Nobody will even see it.
Yeah, we'll just edit it out.
Yeah, I definitely want to catch up on some of your films, and we could talk about them after. And I'll be like, I went in with the low bar, and I'll let you know. But no, I'd always like to support people in the community, just like Anthony does. Even Kyle Flett's a big supporter. We're all big fans of the indie projects because at least you're getting some creativity.
We have to stay together.
And you also understand that, you're not doing it on $1 million budgets. You guys are doing the best you can with what you got. And I think that's worth supporting.
Right.
That's how we get better stuff. At least I know. And one of the things I really like about indie horror, which Lydia said she's a lot in, and I'm sure Kyle will agree with me, is Hollywood gets their grubby hands on these horror movies, and they have no passion. They don't see what should be done. They see what they can make and what they could do with it to make it. They don't. There's nobody who really cares.
That's true.
See Star Wars or some of the DC movies lately. Although I did like the Snyder Cut. I did like that.
Yeah, a lot of people did actually.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah, and you guys are doing something that I love. I love the Batman Killing Joke, especially the comic. I'm definitely making contribution the first day. So you guys are just show your passion and love. You guys
No
not
pressure.
worried about the money part, no pressure, no anything. You guys are doing awesome. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like the Killing Joke. There's actually another group of people. I think it's maybe Bat in the Sun. That's working on a Batman fan film. I think they're doing a short version of it. It's pretty obvious that it's taking some stuff from the Killing Joke based on the Killing Joke, but it's going to look a lot different from our take on it. I think what they're doing is almost looks like it's taken straight out of the comic, so it's very colorful.
Oh wow!
Everybody's dressed up the same way they were in the comic and everything. So that's super cool. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But I think what we're going to bring is something more reality based. It won't look like the comic. It'll be a bit darker and a little grittier, and we'll give you
I'm a big fan of Bat in the Sun, but theirs is more for the visual, not so much the deep story to it. It's the choreography on it, the fight scenes and what they do are pretty amazing. Like I was introduced to them with the Batman versus Darth Vader. I thought that was great. I've seen some of the other ones where Darth Maul versus Spider-Man, I think it was.
Yep, I've seen all those. They do a lot of cool stuff. Those are all the superpower beatdown videos on YouTube.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah,
I wish we could get one with a full-length movie and a script, which, hey, it sounds like something you're doing. Something that's got to be really a challenge going into this film. I can imagine the choreography and the fight scenes. Do you have something planned that you can pull it off where that has to be the toughest part? Now, you can have the script, you need the acting, but to pull off some of the action scenes, I think that's going to be a challenge for any filmmaker with a budget.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get some help with the choreography part of it, but I do have a couple of guys that are martial artists that are going to come on this set with us and help out with that. And then I actually have some connections with some local pro wrestlers that I think are going to come in and maybe work as stuntmen for me. So we're definitely keeping the options open there.
I'm actually trained in defensive tactics.
Are you? Is that why you were saying something earlier? You had to make weight tomorrow. So
no, that's just me just trying to lose weight. But no, I actually I was a corrections officer, so I've actually been through the academy. So I've actually been trained in defensive tactics.
Oh, nice,
cool,
nice.
Cool.
A little grappling's always good to know.
I didn't know that.
One thing.
There's a lot about me you don't know, Anthony.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, sorry.
What did we talk about the other day?
I did a little MMA back in the day, but nothing like I went and started competing with it. But I used to love to do it.
Yeah, I did some MMA myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
I was
go into MMA, Devo. Somebody with great whiskers now.
I was like 15. And a buddy of mine was doing MMA and training, and he was looking to go to his first fight, actually. I was like 150 pounds. He was like 215, and we were sparring, and I hip tossed him, and he was not a fan of being hip tossed, so he threw me across the room.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's fair. Good luck on your first match. And the guy had him in an arm bar, and he would not tap out, and he ended up getting his arm dislocated.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
And that was in the gym, right? That wasn't in a fight. That was just practice, right?
No. He was in an actual match.
Oh,
he was actually fighting. And the guy dislocated his arm, so they called it. And he was like, "I could have kept going." And the ref's like, "No, you couldn't.
No.
Your arm's out of the socket, dude."
Right. Did I like the three?
That sounds like old Gracie's. They really started it, and they could bend and they dislocate their arms willingly. But Devo is a big Batman fan too. Do you have any questions for us?
Well, not at the moment.
He's new to this.
What kind of Joker outfit are you going with?
I had to ask the question. Did you like like the Three Joker comics, the sequel to the Killing Joke, or I'm guessing the Killing Joke.
I actually loved the Killing Joke. Even the animated version. I thought they did a pretty good job with it.
Okay.
The problem was the question was for them, Devo. What's the matter with you? I'm just
Yeah, so I don't know if you missed the intro, but we're actually basing, we're gonna base this off the Killing Joke. So
ooh, nice.
Yeah,
I did miss the intro, but
yeah. And yeah, I do like the Three Jokers comic. That's pretty cool as well. I think maybe they could do something cool with that in Hollywood.
That's so
It'd be
true.
pretty cool to see Joaquin Phoenix with Jack Nicholson, and it would have been nice to see. It would have been nice to see Heath Ledger in it. Of course now maybe Jared Leto maybe. But yeah, I think they could do something cool with that.
I think they could. Jared Leto would be cool, but
Heath would have been better, right?
Yeah.
At the end of that Snyder cut, that was kind of cool. The Snyder cut, the cut scene. I kind of like that look and what they were going with. I don't know if they'll make a sequel to it, but I actually hope they do it done right and let Snyder go on with what he was doing.
I'd like to see a standalone Ben Affleck Batman film just to see what they could do with that.
I know, but he's done playing Batman. He doesn't want to anymore.
No, I know.
I've heard mixed things, though. I heard lately he'd do it. It's just the stress. And, he's not getting any younger.
Yeah, he also said he likes food too much to work out all the time. So, which I don't blame him on that one.
Are you excited for the Batman 2022?
I actually am.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot and see what happens with it. I'm open-minded as far as that. I'm not too excited, to be honest. I'm not going to hold my breath or anything. I hope for the best. I support it. I hope everybody goes out.
I think Robert Pattinson is going to do a good job.
I hope so.
He sparkled one time, and everyone holds that against him.
Well, he sparkled
about 5 times. Yeah,
many times in one franchise. One franchise.
Yeah.
I will say the trailer did him some justice. As Batman, he looks good.
Point that way.
As Bruce Wayne, I'm 50-50 on.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think he looks okay as Batman. I think the costume's kind of interesting. As far as Bruce Wayne, I don't know if I'm sold 100%, but we'll see. Exactly. I'll keep an open mind and see what happens.
I saw a movie with him recently, maybe a year or so ago. I think it was called The Lighthouse with William Dafoe.
Yeah, so he's basing his Batman voice off of William Dafoe's deep raspy voice he used for that movie, apparently.
Oh, cool. William Dafoe's a legend.
Yeah, he is.
So, Lydia, what are you looking forward to with this project? How did you get on board with this? Are you guys friends outside of this? Have you known each other for a while?
Actually, Anthony had found me on Facebook, and he wanted to use my. Am I allowed to tell this story?
You can tell me.
As I already started, so it doesn't really matter. So my Facebook picture at the time was me holding a bloody knife, because that's kind of like my trademark. And he wanted to use that for his album cover. So he had reached out to me, and I was like, well, yeah, why wouldn't I want to be on somebody's album cover? Yes. So that's how we became friends. And we just, became friends after that, and just kept in contact. And then he reached out to me about playing this part, but he was, a little worried that because those who are familiar with the storyline, it is very dark, and what she goes through. So he, just worried about me. Am I comfortable with that and everything? And I'm like, well, yes, because I want to push my boundaries as an actress and see can I play this? I want to be able to play different roles. like mostly I've been playing horror roles. I don't want to be stuck in horror only. I want to branch out and do different roles and, you know, like see, you know what? I want to take that extra step, and, you know, so I think that's what I'm most excited about, is seeing how far I can go as an actress in this role. And then, so I think that's what I'm most excited about.
That's really cool, though. You got to do that as an actor. Is always challenging yourself to do more and better. And you don't, like you said, you don't want to get stereotyped in one role. Although there's definitely a big, I think the biggest right now indie things going on for me, in my opinion, is horror. Even, you know, the Killing Joke. It's not horror per se, but it's horror.
It's dark.
Too. It's definitely
pretty dark. Yeah,
it's gonna be a dark film.
But
it's
I
not
mean,
Adam West.
right now, most of the roles I've done, directors like reach out to me because, like, you'll see when you start seeing me on social media and stuff, you'll see that I have more of a gothic alternative look. So most of the roles I have are because of my look. So I don't want to only be typecast for my look. So I feel like playing this role, I will kind of be outside of that mold per se. Like I was doing a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I was asked, "Oh, well, how do you like get ready to play a particular part?" And I was like, "Well, I really don't have to, because really everything I've played so far is kind of like really relatable to me, because it's like, okay, in the House That Eats Flesh, I play Luna, who is, you know, she carries around the Ouija board. So really she's the alternative goth girl who's in the occult. All right, well, who's Lydia Manson, who carries around the bloody knife? Oh, she's the goth girl. I don't really have to dig deep for that one, you know? So, you know, I feel like playing this role, like I'm, you know, to play that particular character and to get that emotion, like I'm going to have to dig deep. I'm going to have to actually act, you know? So that is something I'm actually looking forward to.
A polar opposite in the sense with the part of Pat Batgirl you're playing, that's a different role than Luna the Lunatic. I'm just kidding. But well, the goth girl, well, that girl's kind of, you know, she's tough, but she, you know,
sorry, you got a bit
seductive in her own way. It's so it's. I mean, it's a different type of. Well, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it, but I could see not the comfort zone if you're playing like a goth girl. You said that's kind of like a lot of what, you know, you fit that role, and this is kind of challenging you to do something a little different, which I'm sure you're excited about. Do you have have you been practicing how you're gonna pull, like, any ideas? Like, I'm not an actor, so.
Not yet. I think once he sends me the script, it'll be a little easier. Oh, we're not there yet. So until then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to go over all that, and she'll have plenty.
I think a more professional person would probably, should get her own copy of the comic, but I'm not there yet either.
That's actually a good idea.
I know. I'm just really far behind.
Well, you can go on YouTube and
I'm really busy. This is like my 5th podcast this week.
Do YouTube, but you don't even need the physical copy. You can go and
it's true.
Kind of find the.
But I'm like really old school.
You like physical media?
I do. I literally just talked about this the other day. Like whenever I get on a new project or anything, the first thing I do is I immediately print out the script. I get an actual binder, highlight my part, and I keep that binder for the rest of my life. I have my desk. The top shelf of my desk is all of my binders for all of my projects. So I can go back and look and be like, oh my God, I did all these projects. Like, look at me. So that's just me. I love actual books. Like, I don't like a Kindle. I like the feel of books. I like the smell of books. I actually like my DVD collection. I like my Blu-ray collection. You know, like, do I like streaming movies? Absolutely. It is very convenient, but I like my actual collection of things.
That's fair.
So
I'm like that. I like my books too. Like I got this
Yeah.
from a guy named Austin Janowski. Met him there. It's a pretty cool little zombie.
I still have my Lenore comics that I had in high school. So like,
Oh wow.
that's just me.
The problem I have is I can't figure out where to put all my physical media stuff, and most of it's like I got into The Walking Dead big time, and I got a ton of that. Like I got a ton of Walking Dead, and
I just started collecting Funkos, and now I'm like, where am I gonna put them?
Once you go Funko,
I know.
You messed up.
I
You messed
know.
up.
that addiction is strong with
I
Funko.
know. But there's
It's hard, man. You just
I just got a vinyl. Look at her.
see.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's hard, man. You see it and you're like, I need it.
I know. And there's so many. There's so many.
And it's just endless.
I got too much stuff as it is. Original comic pages, art.
Oh, wow.
I can't. Yeah, I'm
pretty cool.
a little bit of a horror fan, a little bit of a Michael Myers fan.
A little bit.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
got the
understatement.
Michael Myers vibe there. I was thinking maybe you liked him a little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Behind me.
I like Freddy and Chucky. Like
Yeah.
I have my Chucky doll and my Tiffany doll in my car, and I got pulled over the other day. And after the cop gave me a ticket, he's like, "Oh, I really like your dolls," and I was like, "Well, obviously you didn't like them enough because you gave me a ticket, but thank you." It was my inspection was overdue. I wasn't speeding or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more collection of because I got tons of Myers. I love it, and I even got some more coming in from a buddy of mine, Jesse Aarons, who's done a lot of my stuff. So I got some Leatherface coming in. I got some different stuff because I got it, and I love Michael Myers, and it worked out perfect because the last convention I went to had like Nick Castle, James Jude Courtney, PJ Souls. So yeah, but I'm working on more Freddy. I do need more Freddy.
Well,
I
then
love Freddy.
you will like this. So when I did the House That Eats Flesh and we were doing the Indiegogo, I thought it would be a really amazing perk idea if we had a perk of the actual, like a replica of the house from the House That Eats Flesh. So I came up with the idea to promote that of, well, what if because I did a bunch of spoof videos to try and get attention for the Indiegogo. So I recreated the opening scene of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which is her building the house out of popsicle sticks.
Where's that?
You know, a guy I did a lot of.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So I actually had to build the house to recreate the scene. So now I have this popsicle stick Elm Street house.
But where can we see that?
Tell you what, you keep that up. I'll get a Freddy box, put it on top of it, over it, and make it a whole display or something for you.
Now, so I've had this house for like, I don't know,
so cool.
5 months. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this house? You know? But now that I'm going to film this movie with 3 of the, alumni, I'm like, I asked my director, I said, would it be unprofessional of me to bring my house for them to sign?
Oh, hell no. I'm sure they'd love to. I've seen, like I said, I've talked to Beatrice quite a bit, and she does a lot. And I know her and Lisa are really close. They love their fans. They love signing stuff they love seeing stuff like that.
Well, Lisa Wilcox was actually in the House That Eats Flesh with us. So this is going to be the second film I actually get to do with her. So he was like, no, he's like, I know you've worked with Lisa before. He's like, but Mark and Danny are super cool. And I was like, all right, that's it. I'm driving down to Tennessee with this house in my car. So I'm going to have them sign my house.
Do it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street cast. The ones I've talked to and met are really, really nice. Like I said, Beatrice is super cool. Me and her talked for like 2 hours. It was such a fun stream. We talked about so many different things. She was so cool, and Ken Sago's super nice guy. That, you know, he was one of my favorite characters. Actually, Amanda Kruger, Beatrice, and Kincaid, Ken Sagos were some of my two of my favorites in the series as far as characters that just always stuck with me.
Yeah, I love that series. It's one of my favorites.
I do too. Halloween's my number one. I love Jason. I love Pinhead. Freddy, obviously.
Yeah.
Evil Dead, you name it. 80s horror, even early 70s Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love it all. I love it all.
Next month, I'm actually going to be doing a convention in Bastrop, Texas, which is where they filmed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm actually going to be at the gas station. So that's going to be exciting.
Well, Anthony's my good friend, and I'm sure Kyle. I know Kyle knows him. Steve Merlo's doing the Story Massacre in Texas.
I just interviewed him last night.
Yeah, you did.
You?
Yeah, I talked to Steve.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's a great guy. He actually had me on his show, which was cool when I was at Phantasm in Orlando in October, and that was a lot of fun sitting down with him. I've talked to him quite a few times. I love Steve to death. He's super talented. Yeah. If you haven't checked out the Sawyer Massacre, check that out too. And he did a short film you can find on YouTube called Disorder. I always remember that by that song, Disorder.
Yeah. Disorder.
But that's a really cool short film that he did. And he won awards for it. And I think he said a $200 budget. So I was really impressed by that.
It's really amazing, like what some of these indie directors can do on such a small budget,
Seriously.
And then you look at some of these Hollywood films that have like multi-million-dollar budgets, and you're just like, can you just come up with an original idea, please, instead of just like redoing films that were done 30 years ago? Well, I was just really love that.
You're asking somebody who really most of the time isn't a real fan of things. You might see it here and there, but that they're actually a fan. They just see dollar and cents. Oh, this guy can do this. Oh, we can bring in this actor, and they might not know anything about it. You need people with passion to make a lot of these projects. And one of the things I love about indie, being an 80s horror fan, I like the low budget you can do. I like the grittiness you can bring to an indie project if you have the right story.
That's true.
And it's fun, even for me. I'm working on one that it's like I never thought I'd be working on a indie story. I'm working with somebody, so yeah, it's exciting. Hearing about Anthony doing that, I was like, Anthony, come on, let's talk about it. He said he had a surprise guest, and I'm excited.
Here she is.
Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate all four of you guys being here, and I want to thank the chat too. Sabuana's always been amazing. I'm hoping since she's in Florida now, when I'm at a convention, she gets to make it out, and I get to say hi to her and her husband when they come visit. Chad Middleton, I could tell he's been a subscriber, and he's been a loyal follower. But I could tell he's a huge DC fan. So thank you guys for being here too. So you're planning on getting the Indiegogo started in March,
right? Yeah.
When's your idea to film it? Like, are you giving it a year, 6 months before you're ready to start planning on shooting, finding locations? There's so much that goes into it. I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah. I would guess probably at least 6 months, because we have to give the Indiegogo campaign time to roll through. We have to come up with set locations, costumes, props. I have to find Batman. There's a lot that goes into it.
To find Batman.
Did John ditch us?
I'm still here. Still here. I just had I had to hide my face.
I
wanted you guys to see my Jason outfit.
I like it. Yeah, I like Jason. Yeah, I love it. No, I would guess probably at least 6 months from now before we start shooting, at minimum. Just because there's so much that goes into it, and if I rush this project, we'll end up with something that we're not really too proud of. And I care about this very much, and I want it to be right. And I have a pretty clear vision, and I just want it I just want it done the way I imagine it being done, and just something that I can be proud of, and something that everybody can be proud of. And I just want to give you guys something that's entertaining and not doesn't look like the usual kind of low budget fan film,
And I got the link for your Facebook in the description. So guys, if you look at the description, you can get all this. I'm going to drop it in the comment section after. I definitely want Lydia's info too for any of your movies, or anybody wants to research some of the films you've done and give it a watch. Are any of your movies on like a lot
Nothing
of
is out yet.
Nothing's out yet, huh?
Nothing's out yet.
That's all right.
I know it sucks. You promote, and then you wait.
Sorry, guys. I
Like it.
But I'm on Facebook, Lydia Manson. I'm on Instagram, Lydia Manson 88. I'm on TikTok, Lydia Manson 88. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
And look for the Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
I'm going wrestling, brother. I was hearing about Hulk Hogan by Anthony, bro.
I was trying to see if I could pull up a couple pictures of my Harley Quinn. I'll see if I could do this.
We were actually talking about Harley Race last night on the podcast with Greg Gilbert too, so that's funny that you mentioned him as well.
He's a legit tough guy too.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, Harley, sure.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet? The interview I did with Greg last night.
I started watching it yesterday, and I just didn't have time to finish it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I did check it out. I can't think of the guy from Canada, right?
Yeah, Greg Gilbert.
Yeah. I know I'm sub to him. I forget names. That's why I try to do the association game. It's the old age. It just doesn't. My brain just doesn't work like it used to.
That's okay. And he's on Python's Paradise. That was the podcast we did last night.
I'm definitely
giving him a plug there.
I did watch a good 10-15 minutes of it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see if I could get some cheat notes.
Yeah.
On what I wanted to make sure I could say your name right, but he pronounced it wrong the whole time. So
and
they
I had a better first shot than he did.
Yeah. A lot of people have a hard time with my last name. That's
I know it's Caimano now, right?
That's right. Yeah, actually, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. I was leaning when I first saw him, like, all right, Caimano. Now I know it now. I like to make sure I could pronounce it right. Like with Beatrice Buckley, the way hers is spelled is Boepple. So it was you see it written in front of you, and it's like Buckley. And we joked. We actually talked about it for a while, and she told me there was a way to remember her name that her and her friend as kids would have a song about. So I had so much fun talking to her. She was a funny lady. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm excited for this Killing Joke because it's one of the ones I remember a lot. I watched the animated, and I also started researching it and kind of hearing the comic version of it, and I was like, man, this is really, really cool. Some of these comics.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that was one that really drew me in. So I'm looking forward to what you're going to do as far as not the animated, but you can go to that next level.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's we're indie, so we can get away with some things that maybe the studio doesn't want the other guys to do in their films. So
yeah, it's hard on their end. I can imagine because it's got to, like, even with Marvel, family friendly,
right?
You got to balance it. DC, well, what was it that they had for DC for some of their more adult graphic content? Was it? Now I can't even remember the name of the company, and I own a bunch of them. Where they had it under, like, it was DC, but they had it under a different name.
Is it Dark Label or Black Label or something like that?
Dark Horse. Is it Dark Horse Comics?
I know Dark Horse is I thought Dark Horse was a separate company. Maybe it's under DC, but I thought they were separate.
I forget what it was because one of my buddies was working on a comic, and I'm like, well, what about this company? They'll let you do it. Well, it's DC, we can't, we're more of an indie project, which totally. Right.
And what's so cool, I got the Dark Knight Returns around the same time I met Frank Miller. So.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
Jeez.
Yeah, it was one of my best days ever. I got to meet him.
cool.
So we got your mother too, huh?
I am.
Oh,
Doing the mom thing. That's nice.
Yeah.
I thought you grew.
Speaking
I'm
of-
like, man, she had a big glass of water. She grew. She's got bigger. She's not making weight.
Jeez.
No,
Speaking
that's
of kids, you gotta tell your freaking granddaughter to go to sleep.
Oh my God. Oh, she is so adorable.
Yeah, well, not when she doesn't want to sleep.
Right?
Yeah.
Every time Devo sends me some clips of her, she's ripping ass. That little girl can fuck. Like, really?
Oh yeah, man. She is a
John.
gassy one. She just turned 9 months old.
wow.
Trade you.
She's adorable.
I have a 4-year-old son in his room sleeping right now, so I kind of
Little-
have a little bit of both.
She's got some personality.
Yeah, he actually, he is a huge Spider-Man fan, but I got him to lean a little bit more towards Batman recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan too.
Me too.
So-
I love everything superhero. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'm
for
not
sure.
just
Nobody
DC.
Home really made Spider-Man
same here.
exciting again. I think. I don't
Yeah.
want to split for anybody who didn't see it. Nobody
I
Home
gotta
got
say-
me excited for just what the possibilities, what they could do. It was so good to see certain aspects of it. It was like, especially me. And when Devo was a kid, I took him to the original Raimi's and stuff like that.
Yep.
We go to the movie theater. So
Well,
yeah.
honestly, what they did with No Way Home is just awesome. I love it. I seriously love it. And the meme, oh man, I can't believe they actually put it in the movie. I don't want to ruin it if you guys
No, I know
haven't
it's
seen
the
it.
pointing
Oh, no.
at each other.
We see
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So I
I
have
just wanted
seen
to
it.
It
make
was
sure.
well done. I was expecting it to just be crappy cameo type deal, like but they fleshed things out well for all the characters. Considering how many characters, that's where I really got to give them props on that movie too, where they fleshed out every character as much as they could. Some weren't, as in the forefront, but what they did was cool and it was well done. And it was great seeing William Dafoe again,
Oh, yeah.
Doc Ock, and
Yep. All the original actors were back. Like that's amazing, man.
yeah.
That's fan service.
Yeah, but fan service done well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually going to see it tomorrow afternoon, so I haven't seen it yet. But
You
I'm
haven't
actually,
seen it?
No,
You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna
you
love
will.
it.
Yeah.
cool. And I'm seeing it in 3D. So I don't know if you guys saw it in 3D or not, but
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
yeah,
No,
That's gonna be nice.
it sounds
what's
like
a
fun.
really good one is that Encanto that I saw.
Yeah.
The new Disney.
Actually-
one.
oh.
I got to see that one. I know. Be jealous. Be jealous.
What you were saying about the
I watch
cameos?
a lot of the Disney stuff. I was watching because I work with special needs. So today we were watching and they love, like, one of them loves dogs, loves Michael Myers too, but loves dogs too. So I had Clifford the big red dog.
That was a good one too. That was a good one.
I saw some of it and then I fell asleep. It kept them interested and I was able to do a power nap. So
Cool.
There you go.
Cool.
There you go.
at least it wasn't a movie theater. I've had to get called out by one of my guys. Hey, John, because you'll wake up half like you're trying not to sleep, and that's especially when you snore. But like you were snoring.
I remember going to see Attack of the Clones with my mom at the theater, and she fell asleep like halfway through the movie, and she's clunked out snoring next to me.
Well, I took Devo to those back in the day. I wasn't happy with the first two. I've grown to okay with them, but I always liked Revenge of the Sith. It's like finally a Star Wars movie that's kind of fun to watch in the theaters again.
Yeah,
Like, the other
Revenge of
ones
the
had
Sith
good
was
moments,
awesome.
But I loved Revenge of the Sith. That was a good one.
Yeah.
If you're
I
interested,
think that might have been the last movie we saw in the movie theater together.
I think so. Yeah.
It might have been. I might be wrong. No, it might have been Spider-Man's or something. Transformers.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, very well
Yeah,
could have been.
and then I ended up owning the DVD for it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Especially when your
Yeah.
cable goes out or something. It's a movie I can watch all the time. Like,
Right? Actually, I have the whole collection, so.
So do I.
Cool.
There you go. Oh man, I even have the collection for the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh, that's
all
awesome.
three of
Wow.
them, and then the last one is like the animated one that came out, and it was like, geez, like that was freaking cool.
Have you seen the NECA figures that they made for them for the turtles?
Oh,
Super realistic.
I got a set of them. One of my friends said it was worth an investment. I think it's Raphael and what's his name? I was never a real big Ninja Turtle. Casey Jones.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I just got it sitting. It's actually right out there. I'll go grab it. Give me a second.
Nothing beats. I think it was the second one when they're fighting in the nightclub.
Yeah, with Go Ninja, Go Ninja.
Yeah, that's good scene.
Vanilla Ice, yeah.
Oh,
I
man, that was
actually
awesome.
I got to meet Johnny, who plays I believe Michelangelo.
No way.
Cool.
Well, it was actually really funny how I met him. So I was at Bill Diamond Studios. Well, they were filming Z Dead End, and I go up and I'm talking to this actor about gross YouTube videos, and the one guy who works for Bill Diamond comes up and he starts talking to the actor, and they're talking about Ninja Turtle like comics, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll sign some and I'll send them to you." So I'm like eavesdropping because I'm nosy. And so the actor leaves, and I go over and I talk to the guy, and I'm like, was he in the? And he's like, yeah, he played Michelangelo, and I'm like, and I was just talking to him about gross YouTube videos. Like I literally was like, have you ever watched the human bot fly removal videos? That's what I was showing. That's what I was showing him. And he was the Ninja Turtle. And I was like, what do I do now? And he's like, well, go ask him for a picture. And I was like, no, I can't do that. I just have to hang my head in shame.
Yeah. They're never going to cast you as April now.
So eventually I had to.
I can actually see her as April, though.
Yeah,
I can too. Yeah.
Eventually I walked over to him and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so, I'm just like really glad I got to meet you. And can I get a selfie? But yes, I was very embarrassed that I did not know who he was. But in my defense, he was not dressed as a Ninja Turtle. So I had that going for me.
That does
I didn't know years later that Corey Feldman was. I thought he was Michelangelo in the first one. Was it Raphael? It was one of them.
He was Donatello.
But Johnny goes on tour with Vanilla Ice now. They do like a 90s tour.
Oh, wow.
So I was watching a TikTok, and it was like all about like 90s, and it had Vanilla Ice in it. And I sent it to Johnny on Facebook, and I was like, oh, this made me think of you. And he was like, LOL. And I was like, yeah, he messaged me.
Cool.
I saw the original Turtles. I saw those in the movie theater. The first two. I'm not sure about the third one, but as a kid, I got to see them.
I think the third one I only saw on DVD.
When they went to Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
Yeah, that was the second one.
Second one, yeah. That was
they were fighting the Shredder.
Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze, yeah.
I just remember my Ninja Turtle juice box cover. That was
nice.
That's cool.
My best memory, one of my memories about the Ninja Turtles was because I wasn't a hardcore fan. I heard the comics and I've kind of reached. I wanted to see
the toys at one point.
Was a lot more brutal than the cartoon. I mean, it was.
It was meant dark. To be. It was meant to be dark, but they made it more like kid friendly.
Right.
So no blood, no decapitating people. So it's like Leonardo has these two swords, but he's not actually cutting anybody with it.
I had the Nintendo game. The teenage
Super Nintendo.
And I could never get very far with it. And then, of course, now with YouTube, I I ran into the game being speed run. I'm like, are you kidding me? All the hours I spent on it, and this guy's running through it like it's nothing in 30 or 40 minutes or something. It's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
guys-
that's I know a lot of people love that game. They had it for the Genesis too.
So much fun.
variation. Yeah.
So much fun.
What do you
It
guys
was
think of
cool.
the recent movies?
It was just
Sorry?
that, you had one life thing,
I
and
didn't
if
like
you
the
didn't
newer
get
ones.
Me either.
Yeah.
The
Could have
recent
been better,
ones?
yeah. I'm not I wasn't a big fan of the CGI turtles. I didn't like the first one very much at all. I thought
That's
the second
fair.
one was a little more fun, but could have been better.
It was more fun for sure. I think they could have done a little better with it, honestly.
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
I mean, what can you do?
That's Michael
Yeah.
Bay, right?
Well,
Yeah.
It's a Michael Bay's
Turtles
Ninja
was
Turtle.
like,
A lot of explosions.
Yeah.
I was never a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy too much. I mean, I didn't hate it or anything, but I was at that age where it was just, I moved on from cartoons I grew up He-Man, G.I. Joe, Voltron, and Thundercats. Like, I'd love to see a Voltron movie done well, like old school looking Voltron.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the new ones.
Yeah.
It
That'd be
actually,
cool.
I think Prime or something, I started watching Voltron with one of my individuals, and he loves it. He's probably seen it back in the day. He doesn't really speak, but if it's Star Trek,
super.
But I watched like the new one on Netflix. And it's like they turned into Voltron. It's like, that don't look cool, man. That old Voltron was cool, man.
I don't know. I'd be worried if they did a live action Voltron,
I'd
just
love to see
because
that.
the live action Power Rangers was.
Ooh.
Yeah. It wasn't perfect. I don't think.
No.
It probably could have been better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really tanked that one, in my opinion.
Right. They could have done so much more, I think, with the original cast too. With Jason David
Exactly.
Frank, they just had him in that quick cameo. I really think they could have. Hi, Anthony.
Seriously.
I think they could.
How you doing?
Hey, Anthony.
Hey,
Anthony
Anthony.
Media. I think they could have done some more stuff with the original cast in that film.
Yeah.
Overall, again, the redesign of the suits, the Megazord, Goldar, Rita, the whole thing was
Goldar was interesting too.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah. Although the original movies, the older movies were awesome.
Oh, they sure were.
Yeah. I'll
Seriously.
still go back and watch the scenes from the original from time to time,
Yeah.
and I like the music from that movie a lot.
Right?
It's pretty fun.
It really is. It gets you all excited into it. You're like, oh yeah, Power Rangers, let's go.
Yeah. For a second, it
And
makes
that's
me feel
another one I was too old for when it came out. Like, not too old, but it just wasn't my thing.
right.
Yeah.
I could see. Yeah, I can understand.
But-
Going back, a lot of the graphics from the original haven't aged that well, the CGI. But
Yeah.
at the time, it was a lot of fun. I was pretty young when it came
Definitely.
out, so even now when I go back, I still it's nostalgic, and so I imagine myself
Right.
floating on the whatever, like a surfboard, as they're skydiving or or snowboarding. He has like a snowboard in the air or whatever.
Right.
So I got a question. I got a question for Lydia.
Okay.
What got you into acting? Did you go to school for it? Or were you just a natural talent?
No. I started all of this on a whim. What do you
Really?
want? You want? Okay, here.
I know the feeling.
Was that with John? Was your first movie with John? Is his name John Moody?
Jonathan Moody is his name, but no.
Okay.
So I had decided to start acting because I was following The House That Eats Flesh because a friend at the time was in it. So I was just following it to support her. And Josh Graves had posted that he was looking to fill a couple roles. So I was, contacted him and I was like, I would put my name in for a role.
Right.
And he was like, oh, can you send me a video of you doing a monologue? And I was like, oh, okay, So I searched what is a good monologue for a horror film.
What'd you come up with?
Oh, this is where it gets good.
Okay.
I searched and searched. Is there? Believe it. There is a shit ton of fucking monologues online. And I'm just like, what do I choose? What do I choose? And I'm just like, oh my God, like, and I'm a perfectionist, and very OCD. So I'm just like, oh my God, I have no idea. So I'm like, the next day I'm like messaging Josh and I'm like, can you tell me like a little bit about this character so I can like go in the right direction as far as a monologue goes, you know, but it's an indie film. So like nobody cares, but I care. Because I'm me.
Right.
And he's like, no, I appreciate you putting so much thought into it. But eventually I just got to the point where I was like, I cannot look at monologues anymore. And I just wrote my own.
Nice.
So then I just went to a local cemetery and I drank blood from a goblet and ran through said cemetery covered in blood, did the monologue and sent it to Josh. And
he was like, that's it. He was like,
it wasn't human blood. It was pig's blood. Right? You wouldn't drink human blood, just pig's blood.
And 14 months later, here I am.
Hey, that's okay.
I think that's
okay.
Natural talent is something that is a big part of acting. You can go to school all you want and do
I didn't take it. Like I've never like taken acting classes or anything. Now I do an improv class twice a week over Zoom.
That's awesome though. But that just builds you up more experience. Even though you're teaching, you're still as kind of lame as it sounds, you still learn as you're teaching.
But yeah.
That's really cool though. That's awesome. You're doing improv. There's like comedy improv.
What's really funny is like everybody thinks improv is all about being funny.
Well, isn't it?
It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think I'm hilarious. I'm not. But
I think we all feel like that about ourselves.
Yeah. Improv with blood drinking and stuff like that.
Actually, no. Like, as far as like improv goes, like a lot of what we learn in like the improv class is a lot of it is like technique and stuff. So a lot of it is not even trying to be funny at all. And
like
a lot of time the classes are like not funny.
Well, a lot of it I imagine would be, all right, you might have a subject or somebody starts with, all right, a couple's arguing and you guys kind of just go and get to the character of like, say whoever's fighting with each other or disagreeing one person and you feed off that like oh hey Lydia, I'm so sick and tired of you coming home late, and then you start talking bad, you do this and that, and then kind of feed off each other and that
actually
kind of
a lot of it's not even skits like that at all.
Really?
At least not in the class I'm in. A lot of it's just like mostly like thinking on your feet and stuff, because the more you think about it, the harder it is actually for you to come up with stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you want to say the first thing that comes to your head, even if it doesn't even make sense to the situation, you still just want to say it. So like, for instance, so it's on Zoom. So you know what a Zoom, obviously, like class looks like. It's kind of like this, like the StreamYard.
Kind of like what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you have the setup. So for instance, one of the situations, I'll call it, is it's called breaking news. So you have your rows of people, and you'll say breaking news, and you'll say a sentence, and then the next person has to say breaking news, but the first word they have to say is the last word that the person said before them. Oh, wow. So their sentence, whatever their sentence of breaking news is, has to start with whatever the last person ended with. So then it goes on, and everybody in the class has to do that.
I can see where that is good.
Yes.
Because you're whether it's not even so much, it's continuing something naturally and keeping like a natural flow without thinking about it, how you naturally respond, how you naturally answer. I can understand. I can see that being a big part. Like, I think I could do something more like that than having to remember lines because I can't remember names or anything. So
it has helped with acting. Excuse me. Because sometimes, like you'll be on set and it's like, yeah, I can't remember exactly what my lines were per se, like verbatim, but I remember like what the
core is.
Yeah, what they were meant to be, like what it was about. So I can improvise something, like I can come up with what it was going to be about. Can you just sit down? So it's helped with that, and it also it's helped with my confidence a lot too. So I mean, I like that, and it's helped with like talking in front of a lot of people. So
that's like me. I'm an introvert, and I'm surprised I can like do like hosting shows and stuff like that because I'm the type of guy that doesn't even like my picture being taken. And it's hard enough and having to look at myself talking to like four other people. I can't stand it, but I enjoy it at the same time because it's so much fun talking to people like you and Anthony and Devo and all the other people I've talked to. It always winds up being a good time. And
when I started doing like a lot of like photos and stuff, my friend Stacy Book out of Buffalo, New York, who does amazing photography and makeup. Shameless plug.
She's talented. So you had her on your podcast, right?
I did. I had her on my podcast, Just the Deets. Shameless plug. So she does amazing photography. She could see like I was very awkward in front of the camera because I'm just like I was not used to having like people take my photo and stuff, and I'm not good with like posing, and I would just be like, like whatever. But we had this ongoing joke because like obviously I do horror, so I would get covered in blood, and we were doing this one shoot. I called it My Bloody Valentine. I had got a hotel room when we ended up doing 5 different shoots in one hotel room in one day. So we started off with my Velma cosplay, and then we did my Wednesday Addams cosplay, and then we did a secretary look, and then we did a 80s Scream Queen, and then we ended with the My Bloody Valentine in the shower. So I ended up just being covered in blood in the shower. And she just looked at me.
Is that fun though? That's gotta be fun. Like seriously. It'd be so cool to have like a cool death scene. Like I talked to Mike Levy from Terrifier series, and he's got the upcoming stream, and he always gets killed in all his films. Like he was Terminator number 2, and in the first half, the guy who gets his head cut off. I'm like, how much fun is it to like have that done? Like we got into talking about it. He kept the original idea for the head. Somebody owns the actual head that was cut off, but I mean, I just gotta say that's gotta be so cool. Like
I've died a couple of times, but I've just gotten choked to death, and I'm like, okay, I'll just act like I'm not enjoying this.
You want more proof that you want to go out like a champ, huh?
Yeah, right. I'm like, okay, harder. But yeah. Anyways, I was like, can I just have a fun death, please?
Can I get like stabbed or something? Come on.
A big question I have for you, considering like I work, and I know Kyle does, and obviously Anthony does even more than his Batman killing joke. So anybody who's here, Anthony, Batman killing joke, and Lydia, who will be in the film also playing Batwoman. Now I forgot what I was going to say, but
it was a question.
No, but a big, an important question, and you're not SAG or anything. So if somebody's watching this and has a role that thinks you'd be great for, like I'm always supporting, and I'm a producer on a few films where they're always looking for actors. Knowing if you're SAG or not makes a big difference on a lot of these indie projects. I imagine with Anthony, he's got the same issue. Steve Merle's had the issue where you'd love to have this person or SAG, and can you work it out? And it's
right.
Yeah, I just represent myself, so
there you go. I mean, I think that's a really important one for anybody who might be doing an indie project to know about Lydia. I can already tell she's got talent. Yeah. I gotta agree with you, Anthony. I can see it. She's got a.
She does. She's humble.
You can tell she's.
I am just a regular gal. Like I think people
that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm just
Anthony,
chill.
I gotta ask you.
Shine too. You can see that. You know, you put yourself on the spot. You can handle it. Not take it too seriously. You're not gonna be. You're down to earth, and you know, obviously as an actress, you gotta be okay. I can be this goth character. I can be Batgirl. I mean, and wanting to grow like that. I can see you pulling it off.
Same, I can see it.
That you put a little Kristen Bale to your Batgirl.
Batgirl.
If I could share my screen real quick, if you don't mind me sharing my screen real quick, I can show you things.
Sure. I don't. Let me blow. I want to not screw this up here and accidentally.
Anthony, I have to
I'm going to
ask
put you on
okay?
a solo layout so you can show whatever you want.
Can you see this?
We just
You're
I
solo
just see
layout.
you.
Just see you, yeah.
Just you, yeah.
I like that. I could hardly see it on my phone.
Okay, so you can't. Can you see my Catwoman right now?
No.
No, just you.
Oh.
Yeah, we just see you.
So this did not work the way I planned it. Okay. That's fine. This is not okay. So I did not do this. I did not do this well.
Where's that?
Where is she?
She's not the hero Gotham deserves.
That's fine.
I'm looking for
you guys.
Batgirl though. Am I looking for you posing Batgirl, or is it like a Batgirl picture? Is it to your?
I lost you guys.
I put you on solo layout so you could be.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So you can show it so everybody can see it.
So you know what? I think it'll just be easier if I just maybe hold my phone up to my camera. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll show you. So this was my Poison Ivy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I haven't even seen that one yet. That's the first time I've seen the Poison Ivy.
Well, I sent you
That's
some
really
on
cool.
Facebook. So I went with Uma Thurman's version.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't like the movie.
That's
that
awesome.
and Uma Thurman were the best parts.
Yeah, she was the best part of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a really good selfie, and I really liked it. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, you
Love
can
that.
see down into the part too.
It turned out great.
Mm-hmm. Seriously. In the back? Okay.
And then this was my Harley Quinn.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
love that. That's awesome.
And that's her current
Seriously.
profile picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
And we took these outside of a convention. Like, a guy had a camera and he was like, "Yeah, can I take your picture?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm not going to turn down free photos. Like, if it's full free, it's full me."
That's what I was saying.
I feel that.
But yeah, I mean, like, she was just like really fun to play. So
I see that you got right into that. That is.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, some great shots.
The first rule of cosplay, just gotta. So I mean, she was just super fun to play.
Seriously.
Yeah, it turned out great.
That's why I said Harley Quinn at first. When you first said, I knew the second would be Batgirl just because you had the hair. But I was like, I could see the Harley Quinn.
But I haven't done photos in my Catwoman. I just have a selfie as Catwoman.
I love that. That's a Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Catwoman. Yes.
Love
I
that.
think my personal favorite Catwoman, even though, the Catwoman movie was terrible, but Halle Berry was attractive. But Michelle Pfeiffer is definitely my favorite.
But this was on set of The House That Eats Flesh, covered in blood.
That's cool.
But definitely get into everything. This was after I drank the goblet of blood for my audition video for The House That Eats Flesh.
Nice.
Nice.
So I definitely, get into whatever I do. So
I like that. You pull off you did Harley Quinn great, and you do look just like Michelle Pfeiffer in that.
I also did Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, love that. That looks spot on.
Jeez.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really, really good.
And I got Velma.
Nice.
How come I think I saw that on
I'm back.
something on Facebook?
And then Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, she pulls off all the looks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Bride of Chucky.
Oh, love that. Do an incredible job.
That's cool that you transform yourself like that.
Yeah, I love Tiffany, so.
Yeah, she, you know.
What did you think of the Chucky show?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's on Peacock TV if you got Peacock. Yeah. It's not bad for $4.99 a month. Halloween Kills is on there. They got some good movies. I think the old Spider-Man's on there too.
Did you guys see the Cult of Chucky, I think it's called?
Yep.
What did you guys think of that?
See, I like Child's Play as a series, but I'm more of a fan. I'll exit you solo so you don't feel like you're.
I was going to say, you're going to have to leave me up there.
Well, I mean, I'm done showing pictures. Now I'm getting self-conscious.
I'm all done. You don't have to look at me anymore.
But I like the first 2, 3, and then it just got a little more comedy than horror. But I still enjoy it as a comedy for what it was too. But 1 and 2 are my favorite. When it got to 3, horror had kind of run its course.
Yeah.
And then it was more Child's Play with those, like after 3, wasn't it mostly in the 90s when they were done? So it kind of had the comedy and it was cool. Tiffany was a cool character because I love the actress, and don't ask me why I can't think of her name, but I told
Jennifer
you.
Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly I even love her in Family Guy as Joe's wife.
She just had a birthday. I don't remember how old she is.
She's like 63.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah. She looks the same. She hasn't aged.
Oh, she, and she's a very pretty lady. She looks good, and she still, she has a specific personality that works really well for what she does. I loved her in Liar Liar. That was a great movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's where I really grew a crush on her.
I fangirled a little bit because when I did my Bride of Chucky photos and I posted them on Facebook, Alex Vincent actually commented on them and said good job. So I screenshotted it just so I could forever have that saved. And I was actually at Monster Mania like maybe, I don't know, 5 months ago or so. And it was actually like a Chucky reunion because Brad Dourif was there, Fiona Dourif was there, Alex Vincent was there. So I was like, well, I'm going to dress as Tiffany. So I was walking around with my Chucky doll, and every time somebody that was dressed as Chucky walked past me, I was like, how dare you show your face? I was like, I looked for you for 10 years. I was like, you can't even appreciate my Swedish meatballs. I was like, I bake chocolate chip cookies for you, and you can't even wash the dishes. Oh, I stayed in full character. I entered the costume contest, and I did not win. So I immediately dropped to my knees, and I said, I was robbed. Because I was like, I feel like this is how Tiffany would react if she did not win.
Yeah.
So then I went and was like trying to go meet the celebrities. And Alex Vincent, nobody was in his line. And there I am just dressed as Tiffany. And he saw me across the room. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he called me over. And I was just like, me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And he was like, he's like, your Tiffany is spot on. And I was like, well, I'm sure you don't remember this. I was like, but you actually commented on my photos and you said that my Tiffany was really good. He was like, I did. And I was like, yeah, you did. He was like, that was really nice of me. And I was like, I thought so too. So I mean that was the highlight of my time. So I got my photo with Alex Vincent. So I was like really excited about
That's
that. I
very
mean,
cool.
you know, I paid the $20,
it.
but I got it.
That's why I love the conventions. I'm trying to. I got tables booked at Spookala in Ocala in May, and I got like 20 feet of table. Yeah, yeah. So
I'll be there.
anybody
I'll set up at your table. It'll be fun. It'll be super fun.
No, hey,
I'm just
anybody.
kidding.
I always welcome anybody who's there that I know. You're always welcome at the table. You're always welcome to put something on the table there. Anthony, if you want like a flyer on there, that's what I try to do. Is support different talented people, whether it's my buddy Ronnie Hayes and James Mill, Scott Straka, Jesse Aarons, James Grimm, Camp Crystal Cabin 6. The names can go on. Vinny Cucurato has done some amazing pieces for me.
Cool.
The Pinhead I got by James Shaver. I love Daniel Cruz. He did that Punisher Hawk that's over my shoulder.
Yeah, it's
so,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that I like to go to, and I'm not really going to sell things. It's more like decorating my table to kind of look cool and
cool.
Visit my parents and have fun. I mean, I'll sell a few things, maybe anything that kind of covers the cost, but I do it to have fun and try to show off all these talented people.
That's awesome.
Like, I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping this one. I want to have some TV sets so I can be running some of these indie trailers behind me and just kind of make it an event. Like, I want people to come to my table and have fun. And so far it's been pretty cool. Like Phantasm, I become friends with Anthony Greco, who runs that there, and the guy Roy, and they want me to come back. It's a long drive because I'm in Missouri and I pack all my shit up. and I got a good way of packing. I bring my animatronics because like, I got obviously a Myers there. I got a Pennywise. I got a 7-foot clown. I got another one I want to get painted. I just got to find the right person to do it. And I like just decorating the tables. I got some, you know how you have that Nightmare on Elm Street, the house that I got like a Myers house that a guy named Vinny Cucurato made. He actually rehauled that animatronic behind me, and it looks real. See, it's got eyes. The guy's fantastic. He does some really amazing stuff, and I'm not even talking math, but if you see I'll even show you. You know what? Show up.
We're going on a tour.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Built that house. Built that. You know, that's a Nick Malpagano mask. The only reason I don't have it on that, which I got signed by James Jude Courtney. He did that lamp, did that bust there. That's one of those things. I got to give him. I haven't had a chance to shout him out since the event, so I want to give him some love.
What's his name again?
Vinny Cucurato. You know, he does some amazing work. If you ever want like those houses, that's when you were talking about the house, I'm like, man, I bet you that guy could make one for you. But you made an amazing one too. He actually did. I think he did a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 house, but the half one, like the paper mache model one, so it had newspaper on half. But it was a cool piece.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of newspaper on that one.
He's been a busy guy. He's been keeping stuff shipping from the last time I heard from him, which was around Christmas. But super talented. Yeah, if you ever look up Vinny Cucurato on YouTube, I got his links and stuff in some of my past videos. When I did some uploads, I got some more uploads coming. I'm kind of new to the live streams and the sit down talks, but I started off kind of doing unboxing videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So a lot of his work, like you can see it up close. A lot of Jesse Aarons, who's a really talented guy. I had a fun one doing the Pinhead from James Shaver, who you can find on Facebook. I love watching these guys work. James Grimm, the Nick Malpagano 13 that Vinny made that bust with the Myers house to it. It even lights up as you saw it. Really cool stuff. And yeah.
There's a lot of talented people out there.
Like that, show off these guys. And a lot of those pieces are signed by the 78 cast too. And I got some videos I'm going to be uploading soon from Phantasm. I've been kind of lazy on that. But yeah. So I'll be in Spookala. So, you know, you guys, if you got your flyer ready for it, that's in May. your Indiegogo campaign up there. So we'll make sure we get that on the table out in Spook Hollow.
Yeah. If it's okay, I'd love to send you some flyers to put on
Yeah,
the table.
yeah. If you have
Awesome.
a teaser trailer by then, which I know will be tough to do. I'm planning on doing like the Sawyer Massacre in the background. My friend Michelle Blast, he's doing the Third Channel, which is a sequel to Halloween 3. So I'm excited. Being a producer on both. Actually, there's so many projects I'm involved in. I
can't remember which ones anymore.
Well, it's not that I don't remember. It's just I get tongue-tied. Like, I invested Doomsday's Crypt into the upcoming stream movie with the guy from Terrifier, Mike Levy, and so I'm excited to see what they decide to do with like Doomsday's Crypt, and I'm excited about the future, helping you guys out on these indies projects as much as possible, and kind of having a cool table and supporting this indie community. I know Kyle's the same way. He's done some amazing interviews. And guys, if you haven't checked out Kyle Flett Lives, make sure you check out his channel. He's a big indie supporter. Awesome guy. I was excited, pretty honored he invited me to come on that awesome stream on Halloween. I mean, like, let me get this guy on with me. We hadn't had a chance to get you on, and I'm absolutely happy you were able to make it. Anthony, excited to have you come on and talk about this film. The Killing Joke fan film, guys, it's going to be announced. When you do announce it on Indiegogo, maybe we'll do a live stream together.
Awesome.
Lydia, I cannot wait to see more of your stuff. I want to check out the movie. I can see talent written all over you. And I'd love to have you on again. And Devo, you're my kid. I guess you're my
you just sent me the link.
I wish I could sit and talk even longer, but I got to get up early tomorrow.
And I would love to get you guys on my channel too if you want.
That'd be awesome.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make sure to check it out. I got Flett Lives, Mr. Kyle Flett down there. He's in the links. If you check him out, I'll post them in the comments at some point. Lydia, I'll get any links you want from you, and I'll post them in the comments. So,
thank you so much.
When people watch the replay or something, if they look down and see you and know where to find you, Anthony, the same thing. And
thank you.
Let's keep supporting these indie projects together and making what they are, great fan stuff. We get those budgets going, we get that support for each other. There's so much talent out there in these communities. I'm just branching on the horror right now, and there's so much cool stuff. You go all the way out with all these different projects going on.
Yeah,
it's pretty unbelievable, and I'm excited to watch and see what happens with the indie projects.
Well, this Batman fan film is going to be very dark and scary.
I'm
excited.
I want blood. Bring it. I'm sure you guys are going to kill it. I am excited. I definitely want to keep supporting you guys and support this project when it comes to it. And you guys all rock, each and every one of you. And I appreciate everybody who's been
this is great.
sitting and watching. I'm not sure what the last one is, but Chad, thank you. Sabuana, thank you. Everybody who's been here, Anthony Media. Just everybody who's popped in, Man of Horror. Thank you guys, and we'll do this again. I'm not sure what I got coming up next week, if anything at all. I might take a little break.
Okay.
But take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, Lydia.
Nice meeting you guys.
See you in the corner.
Thank you all so much.
All have a good night.
I cannot wait for the
Take care, everybody. It was fun.
Definitely gonna promote your film.
Bye, guys.
Bye.